In today's gospel, Jesus heals Simon Peter's mother-in-law, withdraws at dawn to pray, and declares to his apostles that he must also go and proclaim the gospel in other villages, because that is why he came. It is interesting to note that the Gospel of St. Mark begins with a great spiritual battle. Jesus confronts the demon and casts out unclean spirits. But immediately afterward, the Gospel presents us with another reality, a sick humanity. Here, this humanity is represented by Simon Peter's mother-in-law, but also by many other people, for the Gospel tells us that Jesus healed many who were suffering from various diseases. This reveals the spiritual condition of humanity before the coming of Christ. It is a wounded humanity, enslaved, marked by the reign of Satan. We are like people bitten by the serpent, stained by original sin, interiorly disordered, spiritually sick. But it is very important to understand something fundamental to the Catholic faith. Contrary to what Luther and other Protestant heretics claimed, this humanity wounded by original sin is not a humanity that is totally incapable. Our nature is fallen, yes, but it has not been completely destroyed. It has not been rendered useless. We are still capable of hearing the Word of God, of responding to grace, of opening ourselves to salvation. What, then, does this wound of original sin consist of within us? First, there is within us a great spiritual ignorance, an ignorance caused by the disorders of sin. But this ignorance is not so profound that it prevents us, through faith, from knowing God's truth and coming out of darkness. Second, our will has been marked by a certain inclination toward evil. It was created to embrace the good, to love what is good. But now there exists within us a disordered tendency to choose what is wrong. This does not mean, however, that we have lost our freedom. Our will is still capable of choosing the good. Third, our passions and desires are disordered. Concupiscence, carnal desires, anger, and the way we react to evil, all of this is disturbed. But pay attention, this disorder is not so deep that it prevents us from welcoming the salvation that comes from Jesus Christ. We Catholics believe that human nature is wounded, but still capable of being healed. And that is precisely why Jesus comes. He comes to bring us grace, a grace that does not destroy our nature, but heals it and elevates it. That is what Jesus wants to accomplish, and he wants to accomplish in your life. He wants to heal these interior disorders and raise you to the level of holiness. But for this to happen, you must make a concrete decision to go toward Jesus. In today's gospel, people go to Simon Peter's house. Then Jesus goes out and allows the people to follow him. Now it is you who must decide to follow him, to go after him. Go to Jesus so that he may heal your ignorance. Study, form your intellect, know the catechism, leave superficiality behind. Make concrete acts of the will, penance, obedience, purification. Say sincerely, I want to obey God's will. I want to live according to his commandments. And above all, decide to cut the ties with worldly disorders that chain us. All of this can be a great victory of Christ in your life. But you must realize something essential. You are capable. God's grace is at your disposal. It can act upon your nature which, although wounded, is still capable of receiving the powerful hand of God that raises us from our misery. May God bless you.